Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Tuesday, November 11, 2025 and I'm Abdul Majid Awan.
And I'm Warid Badawi and we've got a packed show for you today. So first up, Trump has hosted the Syrian president at the White House as the U.S. has suspended the Caesar Act sanctions on Syria. Dubai's most expensive school has finally opened with fees hitting $56,000 a year, and Microsoft has secured U.S. approval to export Nvidia chips to the UAE while Abu Dhabi-based G42 still waits.
Before we move on to our main stories, I would like to ask Worth again, because we did a story yesterday. It's a very interesting story about Sudan, and Huda Katan and Muna Katan both talking about it. And over the last few months, you've seen that Huda Katan, since she's separated and become the complete owner, she's been very vocal about literally
extremely
everything.
Vocal.
Yeah.
No, but I think in this case too, it's not just Huda Katan that we're seeing, by the way. It's also Muna Katan.
Yeah.
And Muna, I think it's interesting to see the difference between the sisters, the beauty millionaires, because of the fact that Huda, she posts more than Muna, by the way.
Yeah.
Like so much content, when Muna, on the other hand, is only posting about her brand Kayali, her perfume, fragrance brand. By the way, it's really successful. You know, they've made $100 million in sales in Sephora in the US, but we don't know what the numbers here are. Yeah. We don't know.
We'll ask them.
It's interesting because Muna posted about Sudan. She does not usually post about much. I think it might have to do with the fact that her partner is Sudanese. Obviously, you know, you have more empathy when you have a close relation to someone. But I think what she's doing is honestly really commendable. I think it's really great that she's taking a stand. But what was the question, Majid?
The question is that Huda has become very vocal. And the idea is that maybe sometimes when we see these founders and entrepreneurs and the big guys, usually we always see them being very selective about stuff. They would talk about this and not about that because maybe they have a partner or an investor which may get angry. But with Huda, it's kind of an appreciation talk that we're having, that since she's become independent, she has completely gone out and said anything and everything about the causes she believes in. Palestinian cause, we saw Sudan now is the main focus. I think a lot of more other people who haven't spoken up or haven't spoken enough about whatever is going on in the world, I think their voice matters and they should use it. It's a question of whether you should use, for example, Huda is not a political or geopolitical or any kind of expert on even NGOs or help and aid.
But she has really good status. Yeah. She has an American passport.
But she is an expert on makeup and all those products. But should she use her voice as an expert, or since she has so many eyeballs, she has like 54 million plus on Huda and her account as well. Should they use their voice on matters that they don't understand, or should they go and read more about it? What is your opinion? Because I have a very strict opinion on it, but what is your opinion as a young person, that people who are coming up, the new influencers, you know a lot of them, you follow a lot of them, should they have a voice on a matter where they're not an expert?
On a matter where they're not an expert?
For example, Syrian beauty, makeup, lifestyle.
I understand what you're saying here. I do understand what you're saying here, but I don't think that it's about having an expert opinion. I don't think that I need to have an expert opinion to see people dying and then say, hey, this is wrong. I think with this entire story, Majid, really, it's like, do you remember that boycott that happened? Of all the Arab influencers here, because they weren't speaking up about what's going on in Palestine. But, you know, you have this guy, Amjad Masad. He's Palestinian American. But, you know, you have this guy, Amjad Masad. He's Palestinian American Jordanian. It's really hard to spell. Couldn't a good business. Things are going as usual. Things are going as usual. Things are going as normal. I'm contributing to society. I'm not taking. Things are going as normal. I'm contributing to society. I'm not taking from it. And this is from it. And this is what I'm honestly saying. It's people like Amjad Masad. I know that.
He has American.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were talking about Ahmed.
No, but give examples, fact-based. Basim Yusuf quotes like hundreds of authors now. Basim Yusuf has become an expert, and in this time of what she does is what I don't have a. What she does is what I don't have a problem with her reposting stuff, but she just reposts. I think problem with her reposting stuff, but she just reposts. I think in her position, I would go whatever she read was and whatever she said, I would go whatever she read was and whatever she said was not fact based. She didn't quote any report. She didn't quote, like we always, whenever we much has been done, because you're not an expert on it, you're a political advisor. You tell me what the strategies and the policies are, I would agree with you or I'll listen to you, but I won't listen to you talking about this because you're
that I have family in Sudan who are malnutrition.
I told you about the Darfur region, or maybe you have like 100 assistants. Tell them to give you a whole research page. I think to each his own opinion. But it was a nice discussion that we wanted to have. But
Washington's Middle East strategy and re-engagement with Damascus under the new Syrian leadership.
I don't Truth Social, Trump said it was an honor to meet President. And the policy shift opens the door. And the policy shift opens the door for American and foreign investors to re-engage in Syria's rebuilding efforts. Focusing on
pitch this Damascus Trump Tower to Donald Trump, and I think that it did in fact go through. You see a trend there. Yeah. I can't fault him for it. It's very respectable.
We think they try to. But I think with Syria, the best part is that Crown Prince Mohammed signed deals with them for a lot of projects. So this is the good part that Ahmed al-Sharaa, I think, knows. He knows that he has a good hand. Well, that's the most important. Part. And he did it. He did it very nicely.
You know what I think is so interesting? We found out that I'm pretty sure that they invested into Gehenna in Egypt. So that's another dairy giant for you. And we actually heard
who has come out of these things. It's the people who went out, worked, made something out of themselves, became doctors, engineers. They have to come from UAE, will start going in. A lot of projects from Syria will start coming in through official channels. The taxes will be lower, so the buying power of people will become better. Like if you're talking about it, and my first point was, it's just how they will recover. And to be honest, what he's done is exceptional. It's near impossible to judge.
After he was elected, he said something that really stood out to me. He was like, this is a city of immigrants. We're technically all building in other countries and not our own countries. And hey, I don't blame anyone for that. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm right for. It's so difficult. I haven't done it. But we'll get there.
I will leave my homeland if everything was right. Like in the UAE, the roads are fine, traffic is a lot, but there's rules. There's a lot of good things. Some of the people that we've grown up with, lived with, like my grandmothers, paternal, maternal, both. They are buried in.
Are loving the land, and this is why Dubai has one of the most expensive. Are loving the land, and this is why Dubai has one of the most expensive schools now, the GEMS School of Research and Innovation. Teacher at the school is equipped with AI-enabled tools to enhance personalized learning. The campus for the kids.
If I had the money, maybe if I had a helicopter. Can afford it. I'm not saying that everyone should have it, because to be honest, even if you get into such schools, it's really difficult for you to maintain that lifestyle of becoming a facilitator, not a teacher, not a I will teach, of becoming a facilitator, not a teacher, done like this, or I'll teach you this. It's more
that how all of his children, all of his grandkids, they have a lot of free time to actually live and enjoy their life, whereas he, on the other hand, does not have that. In the sense of, we can do that too.
In the Pakistani business community, we have very informal business communities which don't deal in business transactions with cash transactions, money taken and money given, so they don't have any records.
I think I like that. You can avoid evil eye. It can improve your entire taxing amount. Improve your entire taxing amount. So it's interesting how that works. But to move to our final topic of the day. The U.S. government allowing the UAE to buy up to 500,000 Nvidia chips per year, tied to this 1.4 of China. I think what's so interesting with all of this is, by the way, Brad Smith, the vice chairperson of your house kayaking, like how'd you feel? I just think that he has such a how'd you feel? I just think that he has such an interesting background.
Yeah. But the whole word that the American companies which have invested in the UAE, they will get access to those chips and they will.
Description.
And before I say the thing that I say, the final pitch, which we're a partner of, we're a media partner with the final.